Okay, I'm just gonna admit it. This is probably one of the dumbest videos I've ever made, but at least I'm admitting it up front. So people have all kinds of theories about hair loss, and they like to leave them in the comment section about why they think that they're gonna go bald. And it's so stupid. It's always about, well, it's based on your mom's side of the family and it's your mother's father. Nope, it's not. Because your mother's father, if he has more than one son, you can look at their hair. They don't have the same hairline or that same density usually. Usually one of them's more balding than the other. It's not something like that. So it's funny to see people stumble upon these theories when Nick Shell actually teaches the best theories. What are my theories? Go ahead and say it with me. A photo of yourself at age 1 is a projection of you at age 35 with your hair. And another one is if you have a connected beard, by the time you graduate high school, you're more likely to lose your hair sooner than later. Combine those two theories together, that's pretty much all you really need to know. Those are theories I strongly believe in. And they're really based on you, not based on your family or whatever. Okay, so here's what I was thinking about. And this was me, now that I've watched basically every episode of Impractical Jokers that's now on Netflix, and you realize that 2 of them are balding, I started looking at the distance between their eyebrows and their hairline on their temples. And by default, if you're going bald, there's going to be more space between here. And something that's interesting, and I've pointed this out in videos before, and I think it's still a mystery on at what point I'm going to lose so much hair that I'm just going to be shaving it off with the diffuse thinning, if nothing else. But something interesting about me is my temples are not in a bad shape at all. You know, there's some guys who have such severe temple thinning that it's like they're Norwood 3. I've made a video about that. While my hairline does go way back, and while I definitely have diffuse thinning, something I've definitely got going for me is my temples. They're just, yes, and I made a video about how they started ultimately receding or thinning out or dissipating a little bit even before I even turned 15. But ultimately, they're still intact. And the space between, that's the Dave Matthews song, his first song to ever hit the top 10. It's pretty close, actually. Have you ever paid attention to that? Like the lower temples, the ones that are pretty much in line with your eyebrows. Like this connection right here. For me, it's pretty close. And I'm just throwing this out there. This is just me presenting this in sort of a brainstorm format. Maybe we can explore this a little bit. This idea could be as silly as everybody else's silly ideas, like put onion juice on your hair, it'll make it grow back, you know, all that silly stuff. This could be dumb, I recognize it, but at least let's shoot this thing down. Could it be that if there's a shorter distance between your eyebrows and your temple hairline here, that's an idea of how much longer before you're going to lose the rest of it? And the fact that mine are still fairly close to have lost as much hair as I had on top, it may be a sign that I still may have quite a while. I may easily make it past 40 or even 50 before the real loss starts setting in, which I do predict will be a bald spot right here. That's what I think is going to be the greatest hit I take on hair loss. But because I'm Nick Shell, it's not going to bother me. I'll just shave my head and everything's good to go. And if I wanted to rock a bald spot, I would, because I'm Nick Shell and I can do anything I want because I don't let other people emotionally affect me, including myself. My confidence, my identity is not based on hair. In fact, I like myself better when I don't have hair and I buzz it off by choice. That's what I like the most of. So, there you go. I presented a very dumb theory. No one's ever talked about it ever in the history of the world. I've now premiered this stupid idea. Go ahead and give me 15 reasons why it's stupid right here. That there's a connection between projecting how much time you've got left before you start balding if you've got a shorter distance between here and here. Because typically, I've noticed that guys that are losing their hair more rapidly, this is already way back here. But it's almost like this is the secret key to that. Assume I'm wrong in the comments right here.